Scaling Up with me, Laura, and I'm your host for this channel. So just grab some water. I have some water here. Grab some water, grab some tea, anything, get comfortable, and let's chat. So if this is the first time you're watching this video, this is the third video in a series where I share my story, my experience, post vertical sleeve gastrectomy. That's a surgery I had, and the basics of this surgery means 80% of my stomach was cut off. So as you see me here, I am with 20% of my stomach. I always like insisting stomach is not the external part, the part where the food goes. When you eat, your food goes in and they have other breakdowns. So 80% of that was cut off, and I'm left to 20%. So in this particular series, this particular episode, you will see I'm looking down because I have notes. I have lots of details to share with you. And here we're just gonna be talking about my experience 1 week post-surgery. So every week I'll be uploading videos and sharing my experiences. How has that week been? What have been my feelings? Any regrets, any challenges, any successes, and any weight gains or weight losses. We're just going to go through it together. Again, I'm a human being. We cannot predict anything. It doesn't matter what the surgeon said, but you know, life happens, lots of differences, lots of challenges. We're just going to go through this together, as I promised. So I was sleeved on July 1st, 2023 in Tijuana in Mexico. There's something that I should share that I really feel I have a burden to share with you is, most importantly, I am not saying that you shouldn't exercise. If you can exercise and lose weight, I applaud you. If you can have the self-control and decide that I'm not going to eat wrong, I will eat right from tomorrow, and you can do it, I applaud you. That is the best. But again, I will not undermine, because I was part of this group of people who were not able to exercise to lose weight, who are not able to have that strong will and say we will not eat this. We exist, and it is to these people that I'm communicating. If you know you've had difficulty, like you would take tablets one day, you will lose weight, you would make promises to yourself, you start exercise, and then you regain the weight, and then you're up. So it's that kind of yo-yo diet. This is our story, because that's who I was. So think about this. The vertical sleeve gastrectomy is not a solution for weight loss, but it is a tool. It is a Kickstarter, which means, okay, like I said, I didn't have the strong will to say I will see this yummy food and I will not eat it to the last grain. But now the capacity of my stomach has been reduced. So what happens? It doesn't matter if I want to eat it, I cannot eat it. Because if I eat that much, I'm going to throw up. So I just hope that I've kind of made that clarity. Again, this is not the only solution. There's a vertical bypass where the stomach is completely removed. My surgeon recommended the vertical sleeve for me because I did not have any underlying medical diseases, medical conditions. I did not have them. My only problem was weight loss. So he said, okay, we wouldn't go too drastic. We would do the sleeve. So again, if you have to make this decision, please talk to your primary care physician, talk to your doctor. And with the sleeve, now I have to exercise. It doesn't mean I'll just sit down and lose weight. No, I have to exercise to help my body to kickstart, like, the metabolism to go faster. And for the rest, for my viewers who are in Africa, this problem did not start when I came to the USA. It did not. It started when I was in Cameroon. That's where this problem started. That's where the weight gain started. And this channel is aimed at curbing the stigmatization. Think about it. How easy is it to bring up weight discussions with your friends and family? How easy is it to see a lady like me and tell me you're fat, you've put on so much weight? Two things. Most probably, I will get mad at you. I may or I may not tell you, depending on how much respect I have for you, but you would have hurt me so bad. That is the mentality I'm trying to change. Think about it. You know your friends, you know your family, you know, because we talk about them behind closed doors. You know these people who have put on so much weight. Have you ever gathered the courage? And for you, who was like me, you're gaining all this weight, you know it. When you put on your clothes, you don't get the feel. You have to wear corsets, you have to tie up, you have to wrap up to wear a gown that will look good. And you go to an event and you cannot, you are just stiff. You cannot even swallow. As much as you like the food, you cannot even enjoy the food. You are stiff because you want to look good. But you still have a problem. You're all wrapped up. Let us acknowledge you need help. There are many ways. There are shots out there. I've mentioned them. There's Ozempic. There are other shots that people are taking. Do your research. Don't bother about what people will say. It's your health. Own your health. Own your health. And for you family members, please support us. Don't say, yeah, you too like chop, like you eat too much, langa. Yeah, it's true, but that's not the help. How often have you invited us to go on a walk? How often have you done any research to help us in the weight loss? How often you watching? And for you, some of your friends and family have actually gathered the courage to talk to you. Have you been open to it? So this channel is about breaking down the stigmatization. I want us to be able to discuss weight because, again, I always talk about it. All of this hustle, the hustle and bustle for tomorrow. What kind of life will you live tomorrow? Live a healthy life? Or if you want a life where you be on pills and you're on some kind of support, you become a burden to the next generation? Or do you want to be that kind of person at 70, you're still hot and you're looking good? Because trust me, we admire the slimmer people, but we just don't have that motivation. So do your research. And again, please don't judge me. This is my story. And some of you viewers have been through this story. You've been through this journey. I am open. Please contact me, advise me, discuss your challenges and say, okay, Laura, I suggest when you get to this level, this is how you should handle it. Please. I'm open. I'm open. I want to learn. I want to learn. Okay. So, again, like I said, I'll be looking down because I have notes here, so many things to share with you. It's all about week 1, post-surgery. What was week 1 all about? As we got our tool. Again, the surgery is a vertical sleeve gastrectomy, commonly known as a VSG. It's a bariatric surgery. Do your research, and then we can always discuss. So what was week 1 all about? On July 1st, I had surgery. So week 1 would go from July 1st, which was a Saturday, we'll just go from Saturday to Saturday. So July 1st to July 7th. Okay, so these are all the updates I had. So on surgery day, okay, I had mentioned that my highest weight was very high 200s. Before going for surgery, I had to do a 2-week liquid diet, a liver shrinkage diet. Do your research. Liver shrinkage diet, because of course the liver was going to be in the way of the surgery, so they recommended I shrink. From what I've discussed with other people, some doctors don't recommend this liver shrinkage. Follow the recommendations of your surgeon. Again, this is my story. I had 14 days. My people, I cheated. 14 days, me on liquid. That was before surgery. I will not lie to you. My will was not that strong. I cheated. It was high protein diet, mostly liquid. It wasn't easy. The struggle was real. Anyway, my surgeon gave me an app. It's called bariatric statics. I would link it down below, the link to that app. But again, there are many apps out there, because remember, you are living from a stage of I eat everything to a stage where I want to be more protein oriented. Don't be like me and say, oh, but I'm eating African food, I cannot measure. No, there are ways for you to measure. How much meat, what's the protein, how much beans, how many kilograms of beans. And then there are apps out there that will do the conversion. Like if you're eating 1 cup of beans, how many proteins are in there? Okay, so I mentioned I had a pre-surgery liver shrinkage diet, which of course shrunk me. It started the weight loss. So on the day of surgery, July 1st, I weighed 261 pounds. 261 pounds. And in the pre-op diet, I said I cheated. I cheated seriously. But in the pre-op diet, I still lost 8.4 pounds. I cheated, I'm confessing. But, which I do not recommend, don't cheat. Or if someone is going in for the surgery, watch us. So, pre-surgery, I lost 8.4 pounds. So this app kind of calculates from pre-surgery to present, because it's a whole continuous process. Okay, so my current weight, which is at the end of week 1, is 252.6 pounds. Again, on surgery day, I was 261, and now that I'm talking to you, end of week 1, 252.6 pounds. Okay. So again, we're going to discuss the transition, the challenges, and everything. So for 1 week, I have been on clear diets. I didn't have a choice. Remember, my stomach was cut up and stapled, medically stapled. It was stapled. So in this case, I will not be thinking of eating fufu and eru, because it will go in. I will not even tolerate it. My body will not tolerate it. So clear liquids, that's what I was on. My brothers and sisters, clear liquid for someone who likes food for 1 week. But you know what? Interestingly, I was never hungry. I was never hungry. So when we talk about clear liquids, just think of this basis. Any liquid, you and I, we went for chemistry class, we know liquid. It should be liquid if it stays in room temperature, because next thing we'll ask the how about ice. Liquid, if you keep it in room temperature, it should be liquid. So what were some of the things that I consumed in 7 days? Plain water, ice chips, sugar-free gelatin. Remember, anything that was eaten was sugar-free. Sugar-free gelatin. Tea, of course, without sugar. So I had some of my ndu tea. It was lemon tea, like fever grass tea. I was just changing flavors just to keep my brain, like, you know, jello, gelatin, broth. So it would just be like, we'll boil chicken, goat meat, steak, any fish, any kind of meat, and then just put water, season it very lightly, just like what we did was just Maggi, salt, and just mix it and then bring it to boil, and then that is the water I was drinking. But talk about clear liquids. Clear, what does clear mean? You can see through. It means when you stand and look, you will see through. So clear liquids, that's what I've been consuming for this first week. The goal here, because of course I was also taking a Gatorade, Power Grade. I think in one of the videos I was actually drinking one of those energy drinks. So here it was like, okay, just that's what the nutritionist recommended. Just stay around 600 calories a day if you cross, because you know the broth, the Gatorade, and the other things. Just stay around 600 calories. That's the expectation. Don't go above it. Whatever you are doing in that your clear liquid. That's the focus. So focus for this week is staying hydrated. It's not about protein or about anything. This week she told me just stay hydrated. That's all we want now. Okay, so I set a couple of goals for myself. Did I tell you about my husband? Brother can exercise. Exercise. So once I actually done this surgery, he said, okay, we're in this together. Well, I've done it your way all these years. Now we're going to do it my way. So one of the things that we got was a Peloton bike. Let's talk about that. It may sound very expensive, but if you're in America, you can get a Peloton bike and then you get it for 18 months interest free. That brings you to less than $100 a month. It's worth it. I'm telling you, the exercise on there are interesting. I've not said if you want to pay completely, you should not pay, but I'm being real. I'm sharing the experience so people can pick up from there. It's not as expensive as we think. Okay, why do I recommend that bike? See, I've never ridden a bicycle in my life. Oh. I've never ridden a bicycle in my life. As you see me, I grew up no bicycle. But on this bike, of course, we got the Peloton shoes, the spikes, which I greatly recommend. Get the spikes for the bicycle, especially if you're like me, you're not a biker. Help to balance. And then, my dear brothers and sisters, Peloton will not give you any exercise, so I'm not sponsored. I'm sharing my experience. They will not give you no excuse. You have 10-minute videos. If you say, I don't have time, 10 minutes, sister, you will have 10 minutes a day. There are 15 minutes exercises, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 25 minutes, 40 minutes, monthly challenges, weekly challenges. Let's not even talk about the music. Oh, the music on there, like you're biking and sweating and enjoying the music. There's reggae, there's Afro beats, there's rap, there's the jazz, all genres of music on there to motivate you in the biking. So going back to my goals, I set up a daily goal. I said, I will walk 2 miles. No pressure. Remember, I'm just from surgery. I'm not pushing it too much. Walking at my pace 2 miles a day and 30 minutes on the bike at least. The second goal, 8 hours of sleep. I know. 8 hours of sleep. I've not said sleep at once, so in 24 hours, 8 hours of sleep. What works for you? So what did that mean for me? I'm usually a very late sleeper and I wake up pretty early. So what I'm doing now is adjusting and sleeping early, because sometimes I'll just be on my phone. What are you doing up? Go to bed. So now I have my smartwatch that kind of times my sleep. I didn't know it had that. It's a Samsung watch. Again, not sponsored. I didn't know it had that. Oh my goodness, I'm lacking the word. I didn't know it had that property. I don't know. That's it. The tech gurus, please forgive me. I didn't know it had that property. But when I sleep, it registers my sleep and it tells me how deep my sleep was. Like how much REM sleep, how much active and all. It describes my sleep. And it tells me how long I slept, from what time to what time I slept. So it has helped me. So now, remember, 3 goals. 2 miles a day, 30 minutes on the bike, and 8 hours of sleep. I have covered 70% of that. That's my success rate for the week. So this is at the end of week 1. I've had a 70% success. You know what 70% means? It means I failed 30% of the time. I didn't achieve my goal. That's a metric I've been calculating. Okay, so we've talked about that. One of the experiences I had in this first week was gas pain. Gas pain is not farting. I'm not talking about farting. I'm not talking about pum pum. No, I'm not talking about farting. I'm talking about the gas pain. This pain is in your muscles. Remember, during surgery, some gas was injected into me to help inflate the abdomen to ease the surgery. The removal of this gas, mostly by burping. This gas comes up to like your shoulder. You feel it in your muscles. Guess what the only solution is? Walking. So the more you walk, the more relieved you are. So when we came back to the USA, on July 4th. Of course, you saw the video. I already started working in the hospital, it wasn't much. That's when I started immediately the 2-mile walk. So by the 6th, in 2 days, the gas pain was over. I didn't have that gas pain. I had kind of relieved myself of all the gas, but I was burping like, oh my goodness, I was at school like, whoa, excuse me, I'm sorry, whoa. So just know that that's the expectation in 1 week. We're keeping it like we're being real here. Okay, so driving. I've been driving without any discomfort. Driving, I have no discomfort. I've been running my errands, going where I wanted to go to. There's no challenge. I haven't faced any challenge in the first week with driving. Okay, talking about pain, I've mentioned gas pain, but I will tell you my pain level for this week, the averages I'm giving you are for the week, the 7 days. My pain level has been 1 on 10. That one is just that gas pain because it's not like really crazy, but it's just discomfort, you know. I don't know how I can explain. It's not like pain, but discomfort. So my pain level has been 1 on 10, which is good because I still have my PRN pain meds. I haven't had a need to use the pain meds. So again, I'm not very tolerant. My pain tolerance level is low. So for me to tell you that my pain has been like a 1 on 10, it's good. Oh, my temperature, my pulse, respiration, blood pressure, and pain have all been bearable and all within my usual stats. So nothing that draws attention. I have been on that checking my vitals every 8 hours and nothing has gone above borderline. So temperature, pulse, respiration, blood pressure, and pain, nothing has been above borderline. Okay, so remember I told you I had a consultation with the cardiologist before surgery. They did the EKG and all that. I had no risk. So because of that, I was given Lovinax. Lovinax was given, it's a shot, a subcutaneous shot that was given on my love handles. You see this place where it's what's called it, the cinnamon rolls. That's where I got those shots daily. They were daily shots. So my husband had to learn how to clean the shots because me and Needle, we are not brother and sister. We don't even relate. So if it was up to me, it would have been more challenging. So they at the hospital, they gave my husband training on how to give me the subcutaneous shot, like how to hold it, come down straight, 90 degree, all of that, you know. So why was I giving the Lovinax shot? Why was I giving this shot? This shot helps you to stop deep vein thrombosis, so DVT, which is blood clot. Remember, you are laying on that hospital on the surgical bed for a couple of hours and all other movement can cause blood clots. Blood clots, I cannot pronounce. Blood clots, not good. Why? Because they can cause heart attack. Have you heard of people who have surgery and they die? So again, remember, we are demystifying things. So if you've had surgery and your doctor is not giving you blood thinner, is not give you something that will reduce these chances of having DVT and consequently heart attacks, ask questions. Don't go because you're a doctor, or if you're like someone like us, you go out of the country to go and have surgery. Go out, do your research and ask questions. Well, I didn't need to, so I was giving that the shot for 7 days. So in these 7 days, it ended. In the 7 days, I was giving antacids. Why was I giving antacids? To relieve heartburn. Relieve heartburn because, remember, I've had surgery with my stomach. Hey, when I talk about stomach, I hope you understand that I'm talking about that inner part. That part that when you eat your yummy jollof rice, your achu, your eru, your eba, anything that you eat that you like, the part that all that food goes in and then you start breaking down and then digestion. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about what you see out here. No, I'm not talking about that. 80% of my stomach was cut off. So my stomach was still acidic and all that. So I was giving antacids, daily antacids. So I've been taking them daily, once a day, taking them to relieve heartburn. And I've not had heartburn. I've not had heartburn. Okay, so I was also told that I will consume 4 to 6 ounces. Know this medicine cup now. Medicine cup. 4 to 6 ounces of water per hour, or liquids. Remember, I'm on a clear liquid diet. 4 to 6 ounces of liquids per hour. Because trust me, even if I'm thirsty, I cannot drink all of this water. One of the things I miss is gulping my water. You know how sometimes you are thirsty, you just need to drink the water. I cannot do that. Why? Capacity. My stomach, the capacity of my stomach has greatly reduced. So I'm not able to drink other water. So now I just have to take in bits, take sips, act very bougie, and take little sips. In the beginning, I was using a teaspoon to take my sips, but now I've kind of like gauged the size of this, my mouth. I've gauged the size of my mouth, and I'm taking my sips. So just stay hydrated. We are in week 1. That's the focus of week 1. Stay hydrated. Give your stomach time to overcome that shock. Don't do too much. Stay active, but don't overdo it. Just go gentle. Even those peloton rides, when they say put resistance at 20, I'll put at 15. But what was I doing? I was just being consistent. I was being there. Okay, talking about my wounds, of course. This surgery was laparoscopic. What does that mean? They did not tear my abdomen to do surgery. No. They did it laparoscopically. So I have 5 incision wounds. The wounds are tiny, tiny incision wounds that I have. Those wounds have been healing well. I know that's what you want to hear. The wounds have been healing well. The only wound that was behind his brothers and sisters is the one wound that is under my bust, this spot. That's the only wound that had difficulty. Why? Because I am busty by nature. When I wear the bra, it creates some extra dampness, some moisture, some extra dampness around there. So it was different from the other wounds that were in my upper abdominal area. There it was more aerated, but here with the bra and the 2 bursts on the side, it kind of creates some extra dampness. So that is the only wound that kind of struggled, that I've been on it, disinfecting it, doing my wound care daily, twice daily, doing wound care twice daily, and watching it, and that wound has finally, it's sealing. Again, this is a report of the first week post-surgery. We've talked about the kind of things when I say I'm on a clear liquid, drinking water, broth, sugar-free gelatin, sugar-free tea, ice chips, Gatorade, Power Grade, just variety, just mixing it all up. And then that app that I told you about, I was documenting, so I know when I'm at 64 ounces, which is half a gallon. So, constant burping. Now, I know what I'm thinking. I'll be drinking water. How about bowel movement? I didn't have a bowel movement. I did my research. It wasn't a cause of concern because, of course, I'm on water. And it was a cause of concern for me. So, week 1, I didn't have a bowel movement. I wasn't farting. I didn't feel constipated. I was just okay. But week 1, there was no bowel movement. But I was peeing, but not too much. So somehow, I think my body was usurping the liquids. I was peeing, okay, didn't feel stressed, didn't feel constipated. My abdomen, I was touching it, palpating it, you know, it was soft. There was no stress around there. So just kept exercising. I didn't have a bowel movement. So tell me, if you have gone through this surgery, did you have a bowel movement on week 1? I would like to hear the different versions of the story. Okay, let's talk. Oh, this is the name of the app, Baristatic. BARISTATIC. Again, I'm not promoting the app. I'm just sharing what I use. Here I record all those weights and all. So, non-scale victory. We've talked about before surgery, I was 261, and at the end of week 1, 251, 252.6. But it is not all about a scale. There are non-scale victories. Non-scale victories, I just feel that I breathe easier. My knees, I used to, like, when I walk a little, I always complain my knees. I haven't felt that knee issue in a week. I'm talking about a week. My knees feel good. I don't feel tired, you know. Like sometimes you just sit and then you're just thinking how to wake up. I don't feel tired. I don't feel exhausted. So those are non-scale victories. And then you see this blouse that I'm wearing. You see this blouse? It's looking big now. This blouse in February, I had to travel somewhere, and I intended to wear this blouse. My brothers and sisters, I put this blouse over my head and it's stuck here. It didn't fit. This blouse did not fit in February. It was just there. I almost said I'm going to give it to somebody. That's a non-scale victory. Because what you're going to notice is that sometimes the scale will not go down, but the inches will reduce. That is why, again, I like this particular app I'm using, because it gives me the inches. So at the beginning of my pre-op diet, it had requested all of my stats. That's where I was able to tell you that I lost 8.4 at the beginning of pre-op, and then progressively you do the math. So I'm going to give you the inches. What did I lose from pre-op diet to the end of week 1? I lost 16 inches around my waist. I lost 8 inches around my right thigh, 7 inches around my left thigh, 11 inches around my hips. Oh my goodness, not my hips. I don't even have the buttock. I don't even have the hips. I beg, not my hips. Anyway, that's my bagel. But I lost 11 inches around my hips. I lost 5 inches around my right bicep. So these CWF arms are going. I lost 5 inches around my right bicep, 5 inches around my left bicep, 12 inches around my chest that went across here, and 4 inches around my neck. I don't know if you can notice any difference from my first video. We will be seeing as I'm progressing. Just let me know if you see differences. It will keep me motivated. My clothes fit better, and I'm so proud of myself. Remember, I told you, I made a confession here that I used to go for months without drinking water. I used to go for months without drinking water. I'm not proud of it, but again, while being real here, I used to go for months. When I'm thirsty, I'll buy soda. Even in Cameroon, that's why I'm saying that my brothers and sisters in Cameroon, do not disconnect yourself from this. The struggle is real. You may not go through surgery, but accept that you have a problem and do something to change that way. Join a gym club, start walking. If you have a car, park your car a little bit further and walk. Just walk. Now I've decided I'm the one. I'll go with my kids to check mail instead of just sitting and say, can you check mail? Because mail is at the end of my street. So now that's something that we just do daily now. I check mail. That's extra walking for me. Okay, so one of education that I want to share. Why? You know, I was a teacher in Cameroon, so that teacher will always be teacher. There's some education I want to share. Your BMI. That's the assignment for this week. At the end of this video, I highly recommend that you check your BMI. There are thousands and one apps and pages. Just go to Google, calculate my BMI. Google will give you any of them. Choose them. Put your height in centimeters or in inches, depending on where you are. Plug in your height. Plug in your weight in kilograms or in pounds. And find out. My brother, my sister, if your BMI is above 30, you are obese. If your BMI is above 30, you are obese. This Laura, I was in the high 40s. Oh, I was in the high 40s. If your BMI is above 30, you are obese. Women, a good BMI for women, you be between 18.5 and 24.9. So your BMI now, what influences to your height? So I told you I am 5 inches 8. I'm just saying this so that when you start seeing me going slim, don't say, Laura, you don't have a lost weight. Laura, we are too slim. Laura, Laura, I don't like this. I want to be healthy BMI. Oh, I want to be healthy BMI. Researchers and everybody has said women 18.5 to 24.9. So If you don't mind, comment below, what is your BMI? Comment below, what is your BMI? Let's start by keeping it real. Let's start by owning our reality. Let's start by facing the elephant in the room, the skeleton in the closet. What is your BMI? Are you obese? Did you know? Just check it. Check it and then do something about it. So that is it. That's the story. That's what it's been for this first week. Is all about clear liquids. If you like, you can kickstart. You know, you don't have to do the surgery. Remember, what has the surgery done for me? It has just put me a few steps ahead. It's helping me. So it doesn't mean I'll not put in the work. Therefore, you who does not want to do surgery and you don't want to be taking all these other shots, it is okay. You may decide to follow this diet plan. So this week, first week, 7 days, clear liquids. So let me know if you will join or anything that comes to mind. If you have inspiration, you want to go through this with me, just let me know. And above all, be real with yourself. Assignment for the week is check your BMI and internalize how you want to fix it, because we all have to be healthy. Have a great day, and I hope you stay healthy and being conscious of everything that gets into your mouth. Loads of love.